Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Markeia McCarty, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh yeah, we are back after a week off because they didn't have a show last week.
What were we going to comment on?
We were going to comment on the recap of the recaps. It would have been a lot of fun. I am Tom Connolly. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV. This is the main event after show. Sitting across from me, Markeia McCarty. How you doing, Markeia?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm ready to do the last main event of the year for us.
Wow. Crazy. Sitting next to her, Gabrielle Loren. How you doing, Gabby?
Doing good. I cannot believe it's the last one of this year, 2014. It's nuts.
We've been doing this for like a year and a couple months now.
Yeah,
almost
a year
together.
and a half.
Wow. Crazy. Scott's not here tonight. He got an early flight home, so he took it. Good for him. Scott, we miss you. We'll see you in 2015. But so let's get to the show tonight. What do you guys think overall reaction to the whole show?
Overall, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it. I liked the little behind-the-scenes things that was going on. I have a lot to say about the Titus O'Neil commentary at the end. But yeah, I liked what it put forth for this program.
Gotcha.
So.
Gabby?
It was really good. I would just hope for less of the commercials and all that filler space.
Yeah. I wish they would not have had to have so many commercial breaks because it is on the network. I mean, they're not as long as a regular commercial break, but it's still just, it messes with the action. When there's a good match that you kind of want to watch. Like,
and they cut things off for it.
Yeah. Like when New Day and Tyson Kidd and stuff, and they're stomping on Kofi's chest in this commercial break.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a weird spot. Sometimes they time it out to where the guy will go out of the ring. They do that a lot now, but it just kind of is like, okay, it's on your network. I get you need to, pay some advertisers, but come on, I'm paying you $10 a month, so let's have no commercials. But let's get to the first thing. Miz TV with Miz and Mizdow with their guest Naomi. We kind of saw a little bit what happened on the pay-per-view and then on Raw. The Miz, trying to get Naomi this music contract, get her Hollywood career going. He introduces her as his close personal friend. But Naomi says, she sees through the Miz's crap. Even though the Miz did get her Divas Championship match on SmackDown. I did not get a chance to watch SmackDown because it was live last night, so
yeah.
I don't know if she won the belt. And he said, Miz was talking about how does she need to get permission from her husband Jimmy, and Jimmy comes out and gets in the Miz's face, or actually they run away. He just tells her stay away from my wife, what are you doing, Miz? And I love the Miz's line of he's like, Naomi, I think you're so talented, and I want to see you succeed so bad, but too bad your husband doesn't. Just rubbing it in.
It's like a stab at his chest.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think of Miz TV tonight?
I think it's very interesting that he's focused on Naomi so much. I find it interesting. It's an interesting take with things, with him just having, him focusing on Naomi reminds me of when Usos were up, on Miz TV, and then it was Miz and Mizdow. Yeah. And then they were copying the same way that Miz. So
that was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, so I kind of like that they're doing it from a different angle. So I appreciated that. It's just this kind of weird that he's so focused on Naomi. I'm wondering where they're going with it.
Yeah, it seems like he's doing it to get to kind of piss Jimmy off, so he is off his game when they do wrestle, kind of thing. But yeah, it is a, I don't know. We'll see what happens with it though.
Yeah.
Gabby, what'd you think?
Naomi doesn't usually talk on the mic, so this was kind of interesting. And I think they kind of want to get her to develop her character a little bit more for the audience so that maybe if she didn't win the Divas title yet, they can prepare her for that.
Yeah.
So she has more, like, social and verbal interaction with people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she needs more mic time. So
Well, definitely more mic time. And I think in the beginning of this, she was a little shaky.
Yeah.
But then she kind of held her own at the end. I liked it. I was like listening to the one-liners at the end that kind of just like top it with the dressing, you know? So the dressing for the salad or the frosting to the cupcake, like it finishes it. You know, it completes the segment.
Yeah, I think the Miz did a good job of, you know, pissing Jimmy off, getting him, you know, wanting to go after him, but still kind of being, oh, I can't really go after this guy because, you know, he is doing, I guess, something. Well, at least from what the Miz says, he's doing good things for his wife.
Right.
And he doesn't want to piss her off because if he, you know, messes up something for her, then she's going to be mad at him. So it's Jimmy's kind of in a weird spot right now. And the Miz just keeps, poking that knife into his back of saying like, oh, but I can do this for it, I can do that. Like he's
right.
And it's weird because I mean they did address it on I think the pay-per-view where the Miz is like, Naomi, like I'm married, like I have a, you know. So it's just very weird of him kind of being that guy that wants to make her like say, oh, I'm the guy for you, but he's not saying he's the guy for her, but he is too. It's very
he's
weird area.
If anything, it's just like he's kind of undermining Jimmy. It's like, hey, Jimmy can't get you any of this stuff. I can. Look at what I can do.
But also, what's the end game of the Miz?
Like,
to steal his girl.
But he's already married.
And she's beautiful.
Yeah, but I'm talking. Are we talking about like WWE, like stage world though?
I don't. Well, they're combining it a little, like, you know,
It's
mixing it together,
Yeah, well, I mean, I know he's married in real life. I'm not talking about that, but I think that to heat things up, his character is supposed to be that douchey Hollywood guy.
Yeah, like he's supposed to be that guy of like, oh, hey, you know,
like,
I can
help you. Yeah. Like, he's just looking for other things.
I've got connections, baby.
Yeah. Oh, just come hang out. You know, that. Yeah, he's definitely that guy.
I love how you guys take it so seriously. You're like, but he's married in real life. He can't do that. Well, not in WWE world.
No, but they did address it on the show that he is married.
Well, guess what? He's gonna cheat, I guess.
I don't know.
I hope it doesn't go that far.
He didn't bring it on to Miz TV.
Yeah, I mean, there's douchebag and then there's douchebag.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I thought it was a good segment though, a good way to kick off the show.
Yeah.
Then we get to the first match of the night. We get the New Day versus the new. I mean, they tagged a couple times, but Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. We get like a little interview promo with them, saying that they're positive they're going to beat a New Day. And I love the line where they're like, you know, we have the best support system going today. And thinking he's going to say in Italian, they're like, each other.
Yeah.
And then high five each other. I thought that was a good promo by them. I thought this match was, I think, the best match of the night, for me at least. I thought it was awesome, the double flip that Kofi and Xavier did over the top rope onto Cesaro and Kidd. Commentary, Michael Cole says, sometimes I don't get where he comes up with these lines, or no, I think it was Byron Saxton, said that Tyson feeds his cats mouth to mouth.
Yes, I wrote that down too.
I remember that. It was just like, where did that come from?
I actually
what does that mean, actually?
I don't, I mean,
what
I
is
get,
that?
like a bird feeds, I don't know, but
yeah, that's exactly what he means, like mouth to mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the physicality of it, but it's just like, who, what? Where did
Why
that
would you
come
say
from?
that? Is
Why
kind
would
of our question.
Like I don't get if that's lines that they get fed from the back or.
I kind of just wrote WWE is a little weird, LOL, in my notes.
Yeah.
I hope that wasn't something they scripted. Like,
No.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I hope it's something he made up and just said. I mean, I get they do play it up that, you know, Tyson is obsessed with his cats, but that was just weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna start using that in live now. Whenever anybody's a little bit weird. Yeah, he feeds his cat's mouth to mouth.
You'd be like, what?
Like, what?
But so Cesaro and Kidd were in control for the majority of the match. Kofi does start making a comeback, but Cesaro ends up taking out Xavier before he can get the tag. Cesaro then picks up Kofi, starts doing the Cesaro swing, Then Tyson Kidd gets in the ring, and as he's swinging him, Tyson hits a drop kick right to the side of Kofi's head. I thought that was an awesome move.
That was awesome. That was great.
Yeah, that was really sweet. If they're gonna be a tag team, they already have some. And then he also picked up Tyson and did like kind of like a forward slam onto Kofi, which I thought was a cool little move to do. At least a tag team move. But then Cesaro ended up trying to powerbomb Kofi, and then they both got flipped out of the ropes or out to the ring, and then Kofi ends up coming back and hitting a double foot stomp, which that was devastating looking on Tyson.
That was just that made me like I cringed.
Yeah.
I was like, because Kofi's kind of to me kind of seems like 50-50 with things. It's either not connecting all the way or it's maybe going a bit too far.
Yeah.
And it's like, man,
I think he was paying him for the movie you were just talking about with the Cesaro swing.
With the
it was
drop
like a
kick.
payback, yeah.
Yeah.
They're both pretty intense.
They were.
Yeah.
So the New Day gets the win. What do you guys think of New Day? You like them so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're fun.
Yeah.
They're super positive. Yeah, and they're trying to do like some tag team stuff, like working as a cohesive whole.
Yeah.
So
they're very a Spitfire when they work together, and yeah, I definitely believe that they're cohesive because it seems to me that they're a tag team that kind of molds together and they organically flow as one. Whereas you see a Cesaro and a Tyson Kidd who are phenomenal together, but they all have their unique, differences that work together.
Yeah, like they have their own like move sets, and then they can come together.
Right, and that's where I think they differ from New Day. I think New Day is very similar, and they're good organically flowing together.
Gotcha.
yeah, well the two fighters that they had in the ring tonight were it was Darren Young and
Kofi.
I'm sorry, Kofi and Xavier Wood.
Yeah.
I must miss him. But yeah, with those two. I mean, Big E is the one that's very different from the two of them. So I like the Big E Kofi mix.
Yeah.
But Xavier Woods is fun. I liked how vocal they were. Like when they were in the ring and stuff. It's just wow. They're saying everything. They're really happy to be there. They're working together. So I enjoyed that.
Gotcha. What'd you guys think overall? Or what was your rating?
Oh, for ratings?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess we kind of already talked about it. Huh? I ended up giving it 3.5.
Gotcha.
I really enjoyed it.
Gabby, what'd you think?
I rated this match pretty high because I really enjoyed it. I think this was a great pairing. They have amazing moves that they pulled out all night. And then at the end, there was kind of this really quick competitive edge. Where they were just trying to get that last in to knock the other person out.
Yeah.
And it just kept going back and forth for a few. And to me, that's like watching like a really good like basketball game or something where the score is really close. You have that kind of anticipation and anxiousness. So it really kept me in. And they gave it a 5.0.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I gave it a 4.0. I thought this was a really good match. I would definitely watch these guys go against each other again. Even if, it'd be interesting to put Big E in there, especially against, like, Cesaro, because, they're both, strong guys, so.
Yeah, but each has, like, that kind of not just strong guy.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And, I like Cesaro and Tyson Kidd as a team. I think they're not really doing much with either of them, so let them, let's see what happens at least. Put them in a couple matches together, and, they already have. With the promo they did, that was more, they had a lot of chemistry, I thought, in that little promo.
I enjoyed how Cesaro was kind of mother-henning Tyson Kidd. Like when Tyson Kidd had Kofi upside down in the corner, and, he's like looking at Natalya like, come on. She's like, what are you doing? And then Cesaro, as soon as the ref is turned, he starts like stomping me, and he looks at Natalya. That's what you do. It's like, what? Okay. So that was fun that they have like that connection already.
And they're trying to get Natalya to turn to the dark side. So
on him or in general?
In general, like to be because he's kind of like a bad guy. So I think he wants her to like cheat and help him win, kind of thing. So. But I don't know. Natalya seems too good.
Yeah, she's resistant now, but who knows?
See, I'm just waiting for her to walk away.
See, I don't think it's... I mean, I don't know. When's Total Divas start again?
January 2nd.
Okay, so...
I paid attention to that commercial.
Maybe we'll see what happens. I think everyone paid attention to that commercial.
Yeah, that was a commercial.
That was, yeah. That was a way to promote your Total Diva show. And then we get to a backstage of Paige watching Eric Rowan play chess. Titus O'Neil comes up and says, you know, what's going on? And, you know, Titus says he's book smart and street smart. Eric Rowan's not. He challenged him to a game, and he moves one piece, and then he's like, oh, this is stupid, and, you know, messes up the board, and then he walks away, and Eric Rowan just says, oh, checkmate. Or he says, king me. Titus says, king me. And then, yeah, Eric just says, checkmate. And then Paige kind of looked at him like, Paige kind of looked like she's kind of intrigued by him.
Yeah,
but that's such a very kind of weird pairing, but...
No, but interesting undertone.
Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of enjoyed it. I like the little segment because I like the Paige Rowan interaction, and as far as Titus's part of it, I just think he's not used to doing that. You know, well, I know he was like with Slater Gator, but obviously Heath Slater spoke way more. Yeah. And he was just more of a sounding board with things, or I hate you, and then leaving. So for him to actually have a meatier part with it, I think, you know, that kind of threw him for a loop. I want to see more, but I want him to have like a definite bad guy character. You know, I still feel like he'd make such a great heel. Yeah. But he just needs to find his niche still. It's like, I think maybe just like a Kingpin kind of character, like, because like later he's all about his suit. Like, just be like that top bad guy, the elite boss that you have to fight at the end. You know, be that guy.
I agree. He could definitely. As we'll talk about it later in the match, but he can talk. Like, just let this guy talk, and people, you know, he knows what to do. I don't think it's such a weird thing where they have these guys that you know can do so much more, and they don't do things with them, and you're like, you're wasting so much, you know, not using this guy when you have these guys that can do so many amazing things. And that's what a show like this could be good for to build him up to, you know, to go onto Raw and SmackDown and challenge these other guys. He's a huge guy. Yeah. He's a monster. Just let him be a monster. Like, and then we get Gabby, what do you think of the backstage?
Thanks.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm wondering what my opinion is. It was a very important part of the night, the chess match. I actually was not a fan of this. I thought the segment we could have done without, and there could have been a better way to prove that Titus is smart, but not really, or whatever you're trying to prove. You know? The best part of that was him calling Rowan a swamp booty. I could have done without that little segment. It was a little boring.
Gotcha. Okay. And then let's get to, there's a recap of Raw. Raw was Jericho this week. Y2J was the general manager. He, you know, announced 2 matches for the night: Cena versus Rollins in a steel cage, and Y2J versus Paul Heyman. It ended up becoming a street fight because the fans voted on it. You know, Heyman came down for the match, and he was like, why would you want to pick a fight with Brock Lesnar? And out comes Lesnar. And I thought this was great because Jericho goes to hit the code breaker, and Brock Lesnar throws him to the mat like he was a piece of paper. Like, he just slammed down. And the best part was Jericho's face made it look like, to me watching, like, oh crap, like, he's gonna beat the crap out of him now.
It's like the Karate Kid just tried his #1 move, and it was like the wind on the guy.
So yeah, Lesnar just picks him up, F5s him. It wasn't even a match; it was over. And then we get a recap of the steel cage, which is a really good match with Cena Rollins. Cena hits the F5 off the top rope. They're both down. Out comes Lesnar again, and he just hits German suplex. I think he hit like 3 or 4 German suplexes on Cena. Then like hit him with an F5. And it looked like he was gonna attack Rollins, but he didn't. Paul Heyman gets in the ring and shakes Rollins' hand, and is Rollins a Paul Heyman guy now? Is he aligned with them, or was this all?
Yeah, I think they just hate Cena.
I think it is too. Yeah.
I think that could have been anybody.
But yeah, so then Rollins gets out of the cage and wins the match. I don't know. What do you guys think of Brock Lesnar finally returning after like 3 months? What do you guys think?
It's always good to see Brock Lesnar. I mean, he's just amazing.
He's a beast.
And we saw him live.
Yes.
We did see him live.
Yes, we did.
I definitely think he's one of the most talented wrestlers out there, so it's always a pleasure.
And he's the Hulk, and it's always fun to see the Hulk show up on the scene.
He only has to show up for like 10 minutes,
Yeah,
and you're still like, yes, all right, he's back.
Just that little bit of devastation, and then, then he just leaves. Like, all right.
Do you think he makes more than John Cena?
I don't think he does, because he has such a limited schedule.
Gotcha.
I mean, he definitely makes good money.
Do you mean like overall?
Yeah.
Do you mean like WWE?
Yeah, no, WWE,
money?
I mean.
Yeah. No, I say Cena's got to make the most. Just because he's there all the time.
Yeah, and if we're not including merchandising with it and movie deals and all that other stuff. Then
Well, I guess I just mean like salary to show up for an event, because I just wonder what Brock gets.
He definitely makes a couple $1 million. He's got to. I mean, but he only works. I mean, last time we saw him was.
He's got a great deal. He'll never get injured.
Yeah, like when you think about it, Cena would probably be like wholesale, like getting something from Costco or Sam's or something. While Brock Lesnar is, I'm going to, I'm shopping on Melrose. Yeah, the rich part.
Yeah, he's pretty exclusive.
Yeah, so it is going to be Cena versus Lesnar at Royal Rumble next month. So for the belt, so that should be a good match. We'll see. They're billing it as the final showdown between them. So I don't know what that means, but
is Lesnar?
I don't know if he's leaving.
Need to read up on Lesnar, see if he has any movie deals coming up. That'll help my predictions.
I know there's been talks of him kind of wanting to go back to UFC or kind of. So we don't know. I think his deal is up at WrestleMania 31. I don't know if it extends beyond that. So I think he could.
CM Punk, holds his own.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Brock Lesnar starts doing that.
Could be interesting. Yeah, did you hear that, Gabby? That CM Punk is now he signed with UFC.
Yeah, I was actually going to tell you guys, but I saw a little clip on the TV. I guess it was maybe ESPN or something, or like Fox Sports. He was doing a conference.
Yeah,
probably announcing it.
So that should be very interesting. I think he's supposed to start fighting maybe in the summer sometime.
Okay. Well, if Lesnar joins, I just hope he's not going to be a bloody smear on the mat.
Yeah, that could be very interesting. But then we go backstage. Naomi comes up to The Miz and apologizes for Jimmy's actions, and The Miz just says, you need to control your husband because he's going to ruin your career. It was I don't get why she was, I don't know. I didn't like her coming to apologize to The Miz.
I would have preferred her to be angry.
Yeah. And be like, come on, I understand, you're getting me this, that's great, you got me a Divas Championship match, but I can get that on my own because I'm a good wrestler, kind of thing. But, I don't know.
Then he could, go right back at her and be like, oh, so when was the last time you had a shot at the championship?
Exactly.
And it's like, oh.
Yeah.
What if Miz became Naomi's manager?
Ooh.
That'd be a really interesting
That would actually be
storyline.
really interesting. You could have maybe some sort of training montage thing.
I like that.
He's like, be like me, mirror.
And then Jimmy is constantly getting into fights with him.
Yep.
Or he's
storyline.
standing in the background. He's just like, I like this.
Because Jimmy could be like, no, Naomi, wear this. And Miz is like, no, you gotta wear this.
Totally.
That would be cool. That'd be cool. I would enjoy that.
And then in the ring, she does some of his moves.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, she's talented.
And she gets her own Ms. Dow.
That would just be doing too much.
That would be that'd be a little over the top.
Overkill,
Yeah.
Unless Ms. Dow then kind of got confused and one day started, and he's like, no, wait.
And started doing female moves.
Then let's get to the next match. Paige is in the ring dancing, or Emma's in the ring dancing. Paige comes out, and Emma's still dancing. And she kind of is, like, dancing, but, like, pushing her at the same time. Kind of just, like, edging her on, and Paige just kicks the crap out of her in the face. That was a devastating-looking kick. I thought it was a cool-looking kick.
Yeah.
From Paige. There was
nice
a lot of
landing.
Yeah. There was a lot of "Let's go Emma, let's go Paige" chants, and Paige starts like yelling at them, like, you know, don't you dare cheer for her. You cheer for me because this is my house. Like, she's just yelling at them. I feel like the majority of this match, Paige was just in control. Emma did make a little bit of a comeback, but then Paige ended up locking on the PTO, that submission move, which I think is really cool looking.
Yeah, it looks great. It's like video game cool.
Yeah. So Paige gets the win. Gabby, what do you think of this match?
I definitely like this match. I agree with you. Paige was in control for most of it. She's very dominant, and she knows how to take control. Emma was okay. I think when she actually puts effort and makes, you know, has her strong moments, she does well, and she has some really cool moves that she pulls out. Like when she first started wrapping herself around the rope at the end with Paige.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of her classic moves. And then there was something that she did right after that, like in the ring. I don't remember what it was, but she had some strong moves. But then clearly Paige, you know, took her out anyways. So, interesting match to watch. I like seeing these two girls together, and I think Paige is a diva that's going to move up real quick. I mean, she already has. They took her right from NXT and did a lot of things with her. And I think it's because of how talented she is. She's one of the best out there. So, I'm going to give it a 3.2 because I think it would have been nice to see more from Emma. Because, like, I know they want her to be this, like, ditzy little, like, I'm just dancing and doing stupid moves. But if they actually gave her more substance, I think it would be a stronger match.
I agree. Markeia, what do you think?
I like the potential of this match. The thing with Emma is that I think it's that she's really into her head. Like, she has to, like, during the match, it was like, oh, I have to do this now, you know, to, like, remember. I think she needs to go beyond that now. We get that.
Yeah.
You know, bubbly, fun, bubbles, giggly, sunshine. Awesome. So what's the next step from that? You know, don't just rely and keep on hitting on that move. You know, you don't do that in the ring.
Which isn't even a real move.
Yeah, it's just it's supposed to be like a little fun character thing where it's cool. What's the next thing? Okay, yes, that, and what?
Yes.
So it's like I really enjoy the possibility of the matchup for the two of them, because Emma's like the complete opposite of Paige, but Emma has to develop more with, like, character-wise. And I think her moves were even being affected and weren't as organic and flowing as Paige's were, because I think she's in her head the entire time, you know, having to remember to do that. And I just wish that they would just take that away from her. You know, if she doesn't have to do the bubble dance anymore, then what does she have to do? What is she going to do in the ring? Because I like the moves that she does. Like Gabby was saying, yes, she has some really fun moves, but she's not being utilized. She's not. It's like she's being. She's like wrapped up in tape and she can't move.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Just like she's bound and gagged and this thing. And I want to see more from her, because I think her and Paige, that could be really interesting, because they've done the Paige and AJ Lee thing. Cool. You know, who's next? You know, Nikki. Okay. Brie. Okay, great. But it's like you have this person that's completely opposite of everything that she is, Emma. So why not? You know? Or at least get her and Naomi doing something once Naomi develops more of a thing. But it looks like she's doing stuff with Miz and Jimmy now. But I like that the crowd got into it with you know, let's go Emma, let's go Paige. You know, you don't get that a lot.
Not for a Divas match.
Not for Divas matches. So because of that, because of the potential, because I want to see more of this, and I really enjoyed Emma's outfit. That was a really nice change that they did with her. Still bubbly, fun character, but a bit more grown up, let's say. So I ended up giving this a 3.75.
Gotcha. Yeah, I gave it a 3.0. I thought it was a decent match. I thought Paige had some, you know, really good moves. I liked that the crowd was into it. And these two have had some really good matches on NXT, because they were both, you know, they both came from there. So if you want to see good matches, I'm sure the fans could find, like, what episodes they were. I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, they had some really, like, you know, good 10, 15, almost yeah, I'd say 15-minute matches, pretty long.
Okay.
So good. So they have that, they have that backstory of them, and I know they are like really good friends, like behind the scenes.
Oh.
So I think you have that story in place of them, maybe you have them start, interacting more and kind of having these matches of like, well, I want to be the Divas champion, but I want to be Divas champion, like kind of, pushing each other to get to that point.
I mean, for lack of a better, archetype or whatever, you could have bubbly cheerleader and emo girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it could be, I don't know. I mean, I think they definitely can both wrestle. And I do agree with you. That whole, once she's done with the dance, like I don't know who Emma is.
At the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That's a good point.
Yeah. We just need to, dive deeper into who these people are and at least what their story is. We just need to know at least a little more to get, but I'm glad the crowd was very into it. That made me happy where I was like, oh, wow, the crowd's cheering for both of them. This is cool. It's very good. So I gave it a 3.0. But let's get to the main event of the night. We have the genius Eric Rowan, who apparently, I think, did they say his IQ was over 150?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I wrote that down right. Versus Kane, who's not corporate Kane, not concessions Kane anymore, just Kane, I guess. And Titus O'Neil was on commentary. Titus O'Neil came out to give, I guess, Christmas gifts to Byron and Michael Cole, and one of them was a pack of gum. Well, he gave Michael Cole a pack of gum and gave Byron a T-shirt.
To the University of Florida.
Yeah.
Because they both went to the same college.
Gotcha. I see. So you picked that up. I just figured you gave him. I knew it was a Florida shirt. I think he was just like, here, I have this shirt in my bag. I'm just gonna give this to you. But Titus was yelling at Michael Cole the whole match, and they were both really going back and forth. It was, I mean, the match was what it was. I was really surprised. Like, Eric Rowan hit some cool moves. That, like, full Nelson slam that he did. And then, he tossed Kane to the outside. And as they were over by the announce table, he kind of tossed Kane onto the announce table. And Kane slammed all the drinks on there. And they all flew on Titus O'Neil. So he was pissed. Because he's saying Eric Rowan owed him $5,200 for his suit. But it was a very weird ending to this match. Because Eric Rowan was in control. He threw Kane back in the ring, and next you know, Kane choke slams him and then pins him for the win. I didn't understand the ending to this match because Eric Rowan has now lost, I think, 3 matches in a row. He lost it to the Big Show at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
He lost in a tag match on Raw, and now he lost to Kane here. And Eric Rowan is a younger guy that they're trying to build up. Yet he's losing to all these veteran guys that I understand they have experience, but you want to kind of get this guy some wins so people can get behind him and believe him. You can't just say you can't say he's a genius and yet he can't find a way to win these matches.
Yeah.
Weird kind of thing. But what do you guys think?
Well, I wasn't able to pay a whole lot of attention to the match. I'll be completely honest. I was. The only thing I can think of with it is that Titus had maybe some points that he had to hit on, for the whole commentary thing.
Yeah.
And that had something to do with, hey, we want you to be angry at Rowan. We want to, get some antagonism between the two of you. So they're going to say how intelligent he is. So then he kept on repeating the intelligent thing. And then, maybe I'm not going to say maybe, the whole drinks being on him thing had to have been planned.
Yeah.
Because he kept on, what's in these cups? Kool-Aid? Oh, what's in these cups? This is fruit punch. So it's like...
Before he was hit with it?
Yeah, before he was hit with it.
I didn't even pick up on that.
It was constant. Those two things were constantly, it was like if somebody's given points to say, but they don't know how to expand from that, or it doesn't stray away from that, which made me kind of surprised at Michael Cole. Because, commentators are facilitators.
Yeah.
You're talking about the match. If you have somebody on guest commentary, then, you're getting their opinion on stuff. You're not antagonizing people, especially once they start getting worked up. And then it was like 2 children. And I hated that it distracted my attention from the match. So Titus needs to chill out, and Michael Cole needs to be a bit more professional. Yeah, but I did see part of the match, and like with Rowan, I didn't see any huge strokes of genius or anything like that they were trying to push before. But it was a decent enough match, for what it was. Mm-hmm. So I am very surprised that he didn't win, or at least a DQ or something.
Yeah.
So 2.75.
Gotcha. Gabby, what do you think of this match, the main event?
So for the main event, I enjoyed having Titus on commentary. As opposed to their segment earlier, I really liked him speaking because, I know he thinks he's smart, this, that, and the other, but it's his personality of how kind of he's a little bit into himself that makes it kind of quirky and funny. Mm-hmm. So I really like that. And I was especially a fan of the part where he did get his drink spilled on him. And he just kept saying, like, you don't come out here with fruit punch again. and then he goes, it definitely wasn't a pleasure to be here. And those lines to me, they're just so funny, and it's just a great way to end off, a match. So that kept me happy. And then, the match itself was interesting. Like, for example, the moments where Kane's head kept getting smashed between the apron and the barricade. And then you had this little boy over by the barricade just, like, kind of encouraging him. I don't know what he was saying.
Like, are you okay?
But, yeah, it was so cute. And they had, like, little nice moments here and there. And then, Rowan tried to take Kane out by throwing Kane over his head/shoulder. And I could tell it's a little bit difficult because they're two big guys. So it looked like the struggle was real. Like, he took himself out with him. When Rowan threw Kane over, he literally went down on the ground also. And then, when Kane used his advantage on Rowan by grabbing his beard, that was another interesting moment. It's like you're just utilizing whatever you can in your environment to get ahead. So, overall, I gave it a 3.6. Titus had me cracking up. And there were some nice moments in the match, but I also feel like Kane struggles with energy.
Well, he's like 46, I think. Maybe
so, how old's the Hulk Hogan when he gets in a match?
But he hasn't wrestled anymore.
Yeah, I guess he hasn't really wrestled.
He should have stopped wrestling a while ago.
Maybe he needs to get a vitamin B shot and get his shit together.
Yeah, he may. Maybe. You hear that, Kane?
It's just because it's not as energetic to watch or entertaining because he's kind of dragging it behind.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's coming to the end of his career. He's been wrestling for over 20 years.
Do you think that's why they stuck him in concessions?
Probably.
It's an easier job.
Yeah, he needs another career after being in the ring. I gave this a 2.5. I thought it was a weird match for me, like I said. Kane getting the win. I figured that once the drinks were spilled on Titus, that he was just going to go after Rowan, and that was going to end the match. And I thought, it seems like they're trying to start a feud with those two, which I think that would be entertaining to watch. But I just thought it was weird that he didn't retaliate at all.
It's out of his character. He's too proper.
I guess.
Yeah, I could see that for the angle that they're going for it right now.
Yeah, he uses his words.
He's very full of himself.
Yeah.
A little bit mizzy with it.
Yeah.
A little mizzy.
I was thinking this.
It was also Kane who spilled the drinks on him. But, Rowan did hit Kane into the drink.
But that was the whole idea.
Yeah,
I think Rowan purposely wanted to make it look like he set it up to get him.
Oh, so he planned this.
That's what
did he
in my
put
head.
those drinks there?
Yeah, no,
Mastermind.
That's
in
how
my
he's the
head,
genius.
The Rowan that is the genius was aware that there were drinks there and set that up so that he can totally knock that guy out.
See, I didn't think of that at all.
That was directed right towards him.
Under his jumpsuit are like graduation robes. Or a tuxedo.
I just figured Byron wanted to drink fruit punch or whatever.
Nope. That was totally set up.
Yeah. It was.
But yeah, so maybe Rowan will give Titus the $5,200 he owes him for that suit.
Yeah, where is Rowan gonna get that? He lives in the swamp.
Yeah.
Listen, he'll steal from Bray. I'm sure there's something he can pawn in that creepy house that they have. Well, actually, I don't know if he lives there anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. None of us have been there lately, so we don't know what it's like.
Well, Scott's there right now.
Maybe he'll text us and let us know if there's anything he can pawn from that house to get Titus's money for a suit. But you know, that was main event for the night. I thought it was a good show though overall. I would have you know maybe put the tag match last because I thought that was the most entertaining match. But I did like Titus own commentary though. I thought he was fun. I get both your points of he was kind of repeating the same thing, but he does have a good personality to where he is funny and, you know, makes me laugh. So
yeah, I definitely want him to get back on the mic more. I just feel like he needs more
material, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe the match just went too long for him to come up with new things to say. You know?
I don't know. It wasn't that long of a match though. But
yeah, but you have to think about like coming from them. Like, what else can I say right now to like?
Yeah.
You know, back up my argument in this amount of 10, 12, 13-minute match time.
He just needs to exercise his mic.
It's a lot of time to improv something just about yourself.
Yeah. And trying to like make this other guy who's supposed to be a genius look dumb when you can't. I mean, what can you say? Like, oh, he shouldn't have did that move, or you know, I would have done it this way. There's not that many things you could say. But I don't know if you guys noticed, so after he took his headphones, when he was like, oh, this wasn't a pleasure to be here, he took his headset off and he was walking, and it didn't cut away, but he kind of looked back and started like laughing to himself, like smiling at Michael Cole.
Oh.
Yeah, if you
in like this segment's really funny.
Yeah, as in like Michael Cole was really edging him on, I think, more than he thought he was gonna be, like out there with him, like, because they were, like I said, they were really going back and forth.
Oh yeah, and his back was turned to him, and he was mad.
Yeah, it was just like stuff under his breath, but into the microphone.
Yeah. So I think he was just, you know, they all kind of, you know, everyone kind of gets along. I think he thought it was really funny that I think he wasn't expecting it, and he kind of looked at Michael Cole like with this grin, like, I can't believe you like almost like you jerk, like you really are trying to, like, you know. It's good because he's making him step his game up for Titus, but I just thought it was funny to me. And I think he seems like a really he generally seems like a nice guy, Titus O'Neil.
Yeah.
So.
And he didn't once do the
I know. I like when he does it though.
Beg to differ.
Well, I like when Heath Slater does it too, because it's even funnier.
I must have missed that.
You never
that would have been hilarious.
You never heard him do it? Well, he just does like a wow wow wow. It's a weird noise. It's not even like that.
That's funny.
Yeah. But so that wraps us up for Main Event 2014. Gabby, where can the people find you?
So guys, make sure before 2014 ends that you follow me at Gabrielle_Loren on Twitter, GabbyLO87 on Instagram, and FitFabDaily on Instagram if you want to learn how to do some cool fitness moves.
Awesome. Nice. Markeia, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Markeia McCarty, Markeia MCCARTY. I'm also on Instagram, but I rarely update that, so at least you're on Twitter.
Gotcha. You guys can find me on Twitter at TomTheCom. I am at TomTheCom on Instagram, but like Markeia, I rarely update that too. I need to get more on that, but you know, need to take more pictures. But so we'll see you guys in 2015, the first week of the year. We'll be back, and we'll see you then. So
Happy New Year, Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.